everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jennifer and today is part 1 of Dior Holiday. I say part 1 because there are a number of different pieces to the Dior Holiday collection. And you know what? I'm thrilled to have Dior Holiday. It looks very pretty. But I'm also just like, really? How many pieces can there be? Anyway, so the reason I'm going to do this in different pieces is today I'm going to show you the pieces that I've picked up. I'll talk about what's still coming. We'll do a little bit of swatching. I'll show you some comparisons from last year. The second video that I'll do will be more in depth. It will give you more swatch comparisons. In this video, let me know as I'm going through these things what you'd like them compared to. I'm going to show you both eyeshadow palettes. Tell me what you want them swatched next to. The blushes, what you'd like to compare to. I'll show you the Ecrin Couture palette, the big one. And I will do that in a different video, but I'll show it to you today and I'll compare it to the last 2 seasons, that kind of thing. I'll also talk about the other Dior pieces that I picked up today, just so you have a full knowledge of what we're looking at here. So let's dive in. Okay, first, this is as good as it got today. Ponytail, sweatshirt. That's as far as I got. Work is crazy busy and there's a bunch of other things going on. So anyway, you know, hey, I mean, Dior and a sweatshirt. I think it totally works. Whatever. So I have a lot backlogged. I've mentioned it before. Thank you so much on Instagram for letting me know what kind of you wanted to see first. Dior Holiday was the #1 thing. I will let you know on Instagram what the can't think what the outline will be, which ones will be first, based on all of your feedback, which I greatly appreciate. So let me mention a couple of things. First, from the Millefiore collection, the Miss Dior collection, I did that video. I talked about 1947. In the another video, I used the 1947 Addict Lip, which I didn't have when I did the Miss Dior collection video. And honestly, right now, I don't remember what video I wore it in. I'll mention it down below. I'll have to go back and look. It is very pretty. It's a pink. It's a warm pink, but you know, it's pink. It's very pretty. But it's not like outstandingly different. I went back and I did pick up the Miss Dior 1947 matte lipstick. And I mostly picked it up because of the design on it, but also because it's a velvet matte. If it had been a pure matte, I wouldn't have bought it, but because it was a velvet matte, I was like, oh, okay. So if you want me to try this one, and I can wear it today, you know what, I'll just wear this one today so you guys can see it, because I do not have the holiday lips yet. They are on their way, but they are not here. So I'll wear that one today so you guys can see it. I also picked up a lip glow in Miss Dior. It's the 1947 lip glow, and I'll put it on now. The lip glows don't have much of a shade, really. It looks very similar to the Tom Ford Soleil lip. Things always go pink on me, like just pink. And somebody asked like what I had on my lips. I don't have anything on my lips, I really don't. My lips are not that pigmented. They're slightly pigmented, like when they get irritated, they look pinker, but so if you ever see my lips look pink in a video, it's because my lips are irritated. On a natural day, this is just kind of what they look like. So I didn't have anything on my lips when I did that Tom Ford thing, just so you know. But anyway, that's the lip glow. It's like all the lip glows. It doesn't really have, I mean, I know they have different colors, but it's not really, they're not colors, in my opinion. But I do love to have these in my purse. So I was like, oh, okay, another lip glow. That's fine. I'll put it in my purse. There is one for Backstage, which is green. It says mint something, so that I don't think the color will be, I mean, the color in your lips won't be any different, but it is green in the tube, which is kind of cool. So, and that's a lead-in to the Dior Backstage. This is the green one. So I do have it. This is Khaki Neutrals. That's another one that I need to do for you guys, but I want you to know it's here, and I will do a video on it. I also have the Pret-a-Porter, which is the Spring 22-23 Cruise Collection. I know, it all came at once. It always happens to me. Anyway, so, you know, again, down below, let me know which one you want to see first. Okay, so let's look at the Ecrin palette. This is called the Ecrin Couture. It comes in these nice velvet pouches. There's a little front pouch that has a little brush in it. I never use the brushes, but I don't throw them out either. Don't know why. Because I don't know. The palettes this year are completely velvet. They're velvet on the back. They're velvet on the front. They are complete velvet. The one that I have from last year, which I just happened to have handy, has this design on it, and it's leather. Now, I'm pretty sure it's faux leather, but it's all this faux leather with the design on the front. This year's is pure velvet with the design on the front. So it's a little bit different. The gold bar, oh, it's a map of Paris. That's what it is. It's like a street map. Hopefully you can kind of see it. It's kind of hard to do in the light. I'm filming this at night. I'm sorry guys, I can't do natural sunlight, but the more in-depth one, I'll make sure I film it during the day. So the one from last year, as you can see, has the building imprint, and then the bar is just gold. And the way this one looks on the inside, we'll look at today. I will not use this one today. I'm just showing it to you because these are available, and I know you guys are very interested in them, and I get it. I totally get it, which is why I'm doing this late at night, just to give you an idea, even though I can't do a full comprehensive video at this point. That is what it looks like on the inside. I will say, looking in my mirror right now and in my camera view, that's a pretty good depiction. What the camera is picking up, it's pretty true to life, actually, from what I can see of it. It's a pretty design. I'll get a little closer so you can see the design a little bit better. Imprint on the quint. But, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if I like those tones. This one looks to be a little bit olive, and I don't know yet because I haven't taken pictures of it. So until I take pictures of it, I can't swatch it for you guys. Because you know I have to do the pictures and put them up there. It's very important. I would tell you that the colors, I think they look really similar. So so you can take a look at this. I'm going to hold them on top of each other so you can see how similar. Let me move it back. There we go. You gotta admit, guys, they look a lot alike. I'm not even sure that they're different. So I'm just saying. I mean, I'm sure they're different. I'm sure they didn't put the exact same shades. I hope not. But they do look very similar. So if you didn't get last year's and like you're kicking yourself because you just absolutely loved it, and you know, then here's this year's. The thing I will say about the velvet, it's likely to get dirty. I just being honest, it's likely to get dirty. And then this is the one from the year before. I think it's the year before. And this was a very different looking design. The colors aren't that different, but the way that they've done it, you know, layout is a different kind of layout. So, yeah, I'll have swatches for all of those for you, and I will do a whole video review. I haven't decided if I want to pick up the neutral one, the small one. It is available at Sephora during the Friends and Family sale, so I kind of thought maybe I'd pick it up. I don't know. Let me know if you really think I should get it and you guys want to see it. So today we're really going to focus on the 2 eyeshadows and the 2 blushes. So I did put pictures up of these, so I feel like I can swatch them now. This is my life now. I literally, like, I tell my husband, like, when we're looking at something, I'm like, don't touch it. I've taken a picture of it yet. And he's just like, okay. So here are the swatches, the shades. This is 556 and this is 826. From the pan, they look very different. Like, they look drastically different. Let me show you last year's. I think this was last year. 310, which I swear is a highlighter. I have no idea how this is a blush, but again, okay. I understand that, you know, different people like different shades, and that's fine. But the word blush, to blush, means that you have pigment. Different types of pigment, absolutely, but not that. Anyway, this is the other one. This is 353. And this is actually very pretty. I've worn away the very pretty snowflake that used to be on there. And neither one of these looks anything like the ones this year. Not even close. So at least they're different. You also will notice that like I have a little bit of redness around my eyes. I don't know. Allergic to something. Who the heck knows what? I have so many weird reactions to things. It's actually surprising that I can wear as much makeup as I can because, you know, I'm actually surprised I don't have more reactions to things. All right. So there's the light peachy one, 556, which I think is perfect for me and I absolutely love. And then the other shade is 826, and I'm going to tell you, I think it's going to be too deep for me, but I love the fact that Dior has a deeper blush in this holiday collection. Because honestly, you know, the deeper blushes and the deeper, more pigmented shades often are not included in collections. So I think this is great. It's definitely, I'm going to put on another, like a little bit more of it so you guys can see. It's deep. It's like a rosewood. Almost. It's really pretty. Like I love the shade. I'll go in really light with it. But that's the lighter one and that's the deeper one. It's really pretty. That'd be a great lip shade. It's like rosewood. On me, it would be great. But anyway, those are the blushes. So let's put on the deepest blush first. What's wrong with my brain? I mean, the lightest blush first. I should not film late at night. I really shouldn't. I haven't had dinner. And I'm not sure if I had food today. I think I did. Terrible. Okay. I know. All right. Let's do the lightest blush first. This is an FO brush. It's a soft brush. But, you know, again, I want to show you the pigment, but I also don't want it to look, I don't want to like go too overboard because then you're not going to get a good representation of it. So let's just try it lightly. Oh, that's really pretty. Yeah, it's kind of coral, I would say. Don't you think that's like a coral blush? Like you can answer me. Thanks for all the nice comments. Everybody's been saying how nice my skin looks, my complexion looks. That's the laser. That's not me. I mean, yes, I do a lot of skincare and I'm using a new serum actually, which I'm loving, but I won't say anything until I've used it for like a month. But loving this new serum. It's really working wonders. But I have to be honest. I mean, I think the transformation is, it's the laser. I mean, the laser's pretty amazing. If you really feel like this, the one I use is for redness. I haven't used the one for brown spots, but I have friends who've done the one for that targets brown spots. It's amazing how well it works. All right. So that's the lighter blush. Again, I went in very lightly with it. I didn't use a lot of it because I'm going to use the deeper shade. I wanted you to see it without, you know, trying to build up too much. But absolutely, this is going to work well on a lighter skin tone like mine. But I think you can definitely build it up to make it, you know, a deeper shade. So that's going to work on, I'd say, you know, probably medium and maybe even a little bit more because like I said, it's a deep coral. It's a deep pigment. It's really nicely done. Hats off to Dior. Good for them. All right. So now we're going to take the deeper shade and I'm going to be very careful with this one at first. I actually just like put my brush on the microfiber towel just because I don't want to overshadow the look with the blush. Okay, you can see already how much, you know, deeper this is on me. And I did actually like, you know, push it on a microfiber towel just to kind of take off the extra, but it's a beautiful shade. It's a perfect flush shade. It's that rosy, it's like a rosewood. It's stunning. I would just have to be very careful with it. And I might even go in, frankly, with a fan brush or even, you know, a softer, lighter brush, just because I am so ridiculously pale. And now that I'm getting the laser treatments, I'm even more pale because it, you know, it zaps out any of the redness. So it evens out my skin tone, which is a lot paler than it might have looked before. So beautiful shades. I love the Dior blushes. I think the Dior blushes are stunning. I actually think I did a video. Yes, I did a video with all the blush shades that I had from Dior because they're hard to tell online. If I can remember to link it, I will. But the formula in Dior blushes are beautiful. They have a nice ease of use. There are some that are more sparkly that I do not like. These are not them. These are satins. They definitely have a little bit of a little bit of a glow, a little bit of a luminescence that you can see there, but they're not shiny in any way. They are a limited edition, both of them. 12 months on the blushes, and I'm just checking if there's anything else here that you got made in France. I think that's it. They are beautiful. The coral one is probably going to be more something that I wear most of the time, but that other one, the 826, it's just a gorgeous rosy shade that I think pretty much anyone can wear. Maybe if you're paler than me, it might be too much. Not too many people, but that's going to work on a lot of folks. And it's just a stunning shade. It reminds me of the Dior limited edition lip color. What was that? I have it in my purse. It was in the checkered pattern. I cannot for the life of me. My brain is just gone. It's been a long day. But you know what I'm talking about? The limited edition one that I loved, and I bought 2 of them. And I've used up 1, by the way. I'm very glad I bought 2. What the heck anyway, if I can remember, I'll put it down below, but it was a limited edition lip balm, and it came out with that like checkered pattern that Dior has. And that's the shade. That's like this shade. And it's beautiful on the lips and just stunning on the cheek. Yeah, I think that's like, I mean, both of them are beautiful, but this one's really unusual, and that's just gorgeous. Let's put on the velvet lipstick. Let me wipe my lips off a little bit so we get some of the lip glow off. Okay, I've just irritated my lips by doing that, but that's okay. And this is, as I said, 1947, and this is the velvet. Well, that's beautiful. I'm glad I picked it up. It's similar to the blush. And it actually feels very comfortable. Shoot, now I have another thing I really like. Wow, that's a good shade. It's a rose, it's 1947, but in the Addict, it's more pink. In the Velvet, it's more rosy. Dior. I mean, I'm glad, like I'm happy that I love the Dior, but there goes more of my money. Okay, so 589 Galactic. That's 589 Galactic. And I'm going to say Black Bow is going to be the most similar to this. I will, like I said, in the second video, I'll do swatches, or I'll have them on Instagram. I'm not sure which. But let me know if you want to compare it to anything other than Black Bow, because that's what comes to mind instantly when I see this. I think it looks very similar. But again, I'll swatch compare for whatever you want me to. It's just, that's what comes to mind. And this one is Cosmic Eyes 359. And this one's a little tougher. This is, maybe last year's, well, last year's was more silver. I'll have to see. Let's swatch it and we'll see. But let me know what you want to compare it to, and I'll make sure to compare it to it. All right, let's do the Cosmic Eyes first, because it looks like there's like a green in here. I hate ruining the embossing, I admit. Yep, it's like a gold. It's like an antique gold. Ooh, yeah, it's got like, so when I say antique gold, if you're not familiar with that term, antique gold, really what it means is a gold that has been aged, antiqued. And when metals sit, copper does this, golds, like not pure golds, but like golds that had other metallics in them, you'd sort of get this greenish gold kind of look. And that's what we're talking about when you say antique gold. It has like a greenish bent to it. This is nice. I am surprised. Now this black is a little patchy, but that's okay depending on how it goes on the eye, because I'll tell you, when you have a really matte black that's really opaque, it can be hard to work with. Just hear me out on this when it comes to eye makeup as a makeup artist. Now, if you're doing like face makeup and you need something that's like, gonna cover, that's different. But if you're talking about eye makeup and an actual opaque black, it can be difficult to work with because it can take over everything. So it's not necessarily bad to have a little bit of patchiness. Now, a lot of patchiness, that doesn't work. It does have a little bit of glitter in it, but it's very light when you swatch it. Like I can hardly see it. I'm trying to turn my arm so you can see it in the camera, but it's not really glittery. The formula is really nice. I mean, that's not a shock. Ooh, I love this shade. Oh, it's like pewter. Sorry, I get excited about colors. Can you tell I used to be like an art person? Yeah, that's really pretty. The pewter is really pretty. I'm ducking my head down because my camera tries to focus on my face, which is great for most of it, but not when I'm trying to show you the shadows. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, I admit when I'm wrong about things. I am the first to be like, nope, I was wrong. I was wrong. I thought this was going to be terrible. I thought I was going to hate this. That is stunning. That is beautiful. Now, I'll be honest, it's going to be a little tricky to use all these 5 shades because the look that I would want to do would be simpler, frankly. I would want to do like 3 or 3, but I'll show you all of them today so you can see it. But when I say like I want something to be simpler and I'm like, I don't want to use all 5 shades, it's because I don't really do, like on a normal day, an editorial kind of look. I don't have a lot of lines or like extra pieces out here, or, you know, I don't draw stars or the looks that you see a lot in like magazines or frankly on Instagram and TikTok now. And it's not that I don't like those looks. I think they're very beautiful. And the makeup artists that do those looks are amazing. It's just not, it's not something I'm going to do for my normal day. So I don't practice it. And frankly, I don't do it very often. So when I buy makeup that I'm going to be able to use for work and for going out to dinner and my daily life. And, you know, I love having all 5 shades to work with because I can travel with it and make different looks out of it. I hate a palette that has 5 shades and I get 1 look. I'm like, really? What was the point? But if I have 5 shades that I can really do different things with, sometimes it's difficult to use all 5 because I feel like I could actually get a better look with just 3. Again, that's the whole makeup artist thing. It's good to have options. All right, so this is, again, why can't I remember any names? Galactic. I used to have a really good memory for names. Not anymore. Galactic. Could be because I don't get any sleep. That could be why. So this is a really pretty rosy pink. It's like a rose, but it's got some gray in it, if that makes any sense. Wow, that's actually really pretty. Guys, I gotta tell you, when I saw the pictures for these, I was like, what is Dior doing? But these are nice. That is a gray, but it's got a lavender. Do you see the lavender in it? I think this is the same black. It looks like the same black. It swatches the same. It's got like I said, there's a little bit of glitter in there, but not a lot. This might be a tad blacker. It's a little hard to tell. I'll have to try it on the eye. This is the shade I was uncertain about. Like really uncertain about. Okay, it's not as bad as I thought it was. This is it's got glitter in it, but that might just be overspray, so we'll find out. What is that shade? It's like a cool rust. Like it's not purple, but it's a little purple, a little bit like fig. Do you know what I mean? Like it's purple, but it's a brown, deep purple. Maybe pomegranate, fig. What else would be? Persimmon. I'm trying to think of the shades. Yeah, that's an interesting shade. I'll have to think about that. The shade in the middle of this one is a very bright white, which actually I really like. I like having a very bright shade in palettes. It helps like cool down or accentuate. Like you could really play off of these 2 shades or even these 2 shades with this, that kind of thing. So I love having a bright white if I can find one. Gesso, the MAC matte white is one of the best matte whites I've ever seen, by the way. But this is a really pretty shimmer. So, okay, I'm not sure if I actually said this out loud or if I just said it to myself, but either way, I'm eating my words because these are actually beautiful. I'm not sure what they're going to look like on the eye. We're about to find out, but this one especially, I really like this. This is Cosmic Eyes and this is Galactic, and I actually think They're both really pretty. I'm gonna do eye looks with each of them, but I'm not gonna walk you through it, how I do it or anything. I'm just gonna do the eye looks. I will bring you in a little bit closer so you can see as I'm doing the eye look, since we're not gonna chat, I'm just gonna do the eye look, so you can see what I'm doing. Okay guys, so this is Galactic. This is Cosmic Eyes. Both are stunning. This is absolutely more gold, green leaning. It's like I said, antique gold. This one more lavender, purple. It's like a rose kind of shade. It's really stunning. I think it's difficult to see how beautiful each shade is because like I said, I've got all 5 shades on my eyes. However, I only used the black as liner. I used it around both eyes, so both the black from each one. I did not use the black in the eye look, like on the eyelid, because I felt like if I did that, it would even make it more difficult to see the 4 other shades. But these are stunning. I mean, I have to say, you know, it's funny, like they're beautiful. My hat's off to Dior in the product category. They have annoyed me several times on technical issues and customer service, but these are beautiful. And if you are interested in either color story, I promise you will not be disappointed in the product. The product is stunning. Yeah, the shades in here are really beautiful. And like I said, it is more difficult to see the beauty of each shade because I've got all 5 shades on my eye, but I think you can see how well they blend. And on the outer corner here, what I did for each one is I went in with the deepest shade that's not black, started on the outer corner, and then went into the inner corner with the lighter shade. So like for this one, this, and this on the inner corner and brow bone, and that is liner. For this one, same kind of thing. I did this on the outer corner, then I did this on the lid, this towards the inner corner, this on the inner corner and brow bone, and this is a liner. So I kept it so that you could try to see as much of the shades as possible, but you can see how well they blend together. But they don't blend as one. Like I was mentioning this about another palette the other day, where they all sort of blend into one shade. These do not do that, but they do blend beautifully. It's very harmonious, both of them. They're very different color stories though, like totally different. Let me put on a little bit of mascara because it does make a difference with the mascara. And I will give you final thoughts and we'll talk about the next video. Okay guys, mascara is on. I always say mascara makes a huge difference. I just think it's, you know, it's dramatic. I mean, it just is. This is a Chantecaille Longest Lash Mascara. This is what I'll be using and have been using for the last couple days because I try to do this like 2 weeks out of every month. I try other mascaras and then I switch to this because my lashes get irritated and the Chantecaille doesn't irritate them and actually helps build them back up. So, what are my thoughts? And I'm making that face because I did... I did an entire video about how I'm not really excited about the holiday collections, and I'm still not because, again, a lot of it has to do with like dates and, you know, everything just dropping in different pieces and all that good stuff. But also it's packaging, I'll be honest. The packaging has not really impressed me, except for Clé de Peau. Although I will say that this is actually quite stunning with the velvet. It's all velvet, which is actually, it is actually quite beautiful. I will take it back on this one. This one actually, I think it does look really nice. I don't think it's very practical, but it's, again, that's not what I was talking about. I was talking about over the top. So, okay, that's well done. But these are, you know, the regular Dior cases and stuff. And they're expensive, but they are quite beautiful. the shadows are actually quite unique. And you know, I have to say, like, when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Like, these color stories actually look beautiful on the eye, and it's not what I expected. I don't know why. I expected them to be muddier, and they're not at all. Like, this is beautiful, and it's like a gold, antique gold. It's just stunning. I feel like it looks a little bit like the Chanel Elements. I think it's Elements. But I'm going to have to go like do swatches, but I still think it looks stunning on the eye. And this one is really unique. That rosy shade that's in there, it's very different with the lavender gray and that like that purpley, it's like pomegranate or fig. I'm not exactly sure what to call it, but aubergine. That's what it is. It's aubergine. This was stuck in my, that's what I was trying to think of. Aubergine. That's what the shade is. The one that I was like, I'm a little like wary of it because I wasn't sure if it was gonna go with, but it's aubergine, which is really nice. It looks really nice. I'm excited that I thought of a word, sorry. But yeah, it looks really pretty with these. Again, I would probably do like these 3 shades or these 3 shades or just like this silver and like the white. I would go with a simpler look just because, you know, that's more my lifestyle, frankly. But overall together they look beautiful. I think the black would really punch it up. I'm gonna take a little of the black. I think the black is the same, to be honest with you guys. I can't really see a difference. You know, if Dior tells me they're different blacks, I'll believe it, but they look the same to me. If you add the black to the lid, whether it's under all of these shadows or just like one of the shadows, to like deepen it, it's gonna make an impact because the black, it's like I said, when I was swatching it and I said it was okay that it was a little patchy, here's why. When you put it on the eye, if it's really an opaque black, it can just like overtake a look. Like you can't really use it with other shades because it's too much. This one is not, unless you're trying to use it for liner or something. That's a different, you know, that's a different usage. But like when you're trying to use it as like a look that you could wear or I could wear, maybe other people like an opaque black, but for me, it's not really wearable because it's too much. It overtakes the look, at least for me. So if I add the black, and I'm using the different blacks, even though I think they're the same. But if I'm using the different ones from each palette, just in case they are separate, and they are different, I mean. I'm like intensifying this look. And I think you can see already, if I do that, how much deeper and more dramatic that looks. And I didn't, you know, like, I would probably spend more time and like make sure it's perfectly blended and all those things, but I think you can just automatically see, like, look at that. Talk about a night look. It's stunning. I mean, when somebody does something well, you should say so, and these are really well done. The blushes are beautiful. They've calmed down a little bit. At first, it looked a little too much on my skin. But again, the lighter one, the 353, it's more like it's almost like a coral. It's really pretty, but it has like a coral look to it. Not 353, sorry, that's the last year's, my brain. 556. It has more of like a coral look to it. It's very pretty. I think it will work on a lot of different folks. It's got enough pop to it that it will work on deeper skin tones, in my opinion, because of the way that it's formulated. And this one is definitely, it's really beautiful. It's basically the color of my lips right now, but, you know, more intense. You saw it on the back of my hand. So I think this is, if you're looking for a deeper toned blush, I think this is great. I will do a review of the Ecrin palette in the next video. I will swatch these against other things that you want to see. Let me know. I might put those in an Instagram post versus the next video. I don't know yet. I'm still waiting for some of the Dior Addict lip sticks, which will be in the next video. And I'm trying to decide if I want the neutral palette that's in the velvet. So let me know in the comments below, and I will pick up what you guys want me to. All right, guys, I think that's it for today. Really impressed, really surprised that this ended up as as nice as it is, and this velvet lipstick I actually love. So again, every once in a while, right? Anyway, it's really beautiful, and it doesn't feel drying at all, so that's nice. I think that's it for today. I'm going to remind everyone once again that on the 10th, you can start voting for me in this Fab Over 40. It's 10 days, so it goes from 10:10 to 10:20. I'll have a lot more up on the page soon, but then they whittle it down. So like each 10 days, you know, they cut away people. So you're left with like the top 5 a month later or something like that. You can vote every 24 hours. There's a free vote. You can also pay to vote each day, and the money goes to I forget which. I'll make sure all the information is when I post it, but it's like breast cancer charity. But you can vote free every day. It's like every 24 hours. So as many of my friends say, vote early, vote often. But I'll have all the details up very soon. So thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. Hope to see you in another video really soon. Bye.